Welcome back. Now we are going to look at our application questions. So the first application question we have is on ecology. In a meeting of teachers who are about to receive their awards, a principal walks to the podium and greets the teachers. Now here comes your question. From what we have learned today, what ecological level is shown in the scenario above? So what ecological level is shown in this scenario where there is a group of teachers in the hall and a principal is walking to the podium to greet them? Our next question is, explain why this level is mentioned in the above question. Now we are going to look at our solution. So to answer our first question, which is what ecological level is shown in the scenario above, this is a population of people or of human beings. Now, our second question said, explain why this level is mentioned in question 1 above. Because a population is a group of organisms of the same species. So all of the teachers are of the same species. They are human beings, they are people that live in the same area at a specific point in time, and they can breed with each other. So that means that the teachers can actually multiply. That makes them suitable to become a population. Therefore, the teachers in the above scenario are the same species, they are occupying the same environment, and they have the ability to breed. That's exactly what we have just explained now. Moving on to our second application question, and it's still on ecology. In a certain wetland in Standerton, we find an interaction between local people, fish, worms, frogs, a population of algae, and reeds. Now, our question here is, in the above scenario, what ecological level is shown? So we said that here, there's an interaction between people, between fish, between worms, between frogs, a population of algae and reeds. What ecological level is shown here? Then the second one, you have to explain your chosen ecological level. Now let us move on to our solution. Well, our ecological level that is shown in the scenario is a community. Why is it a community? Let us look at the answer to number 2. A community is composed of different species. So here we have people. It's a completely different species from a fish, from a worm, from a frog. So we have a community is composed of different species that share a common area. They are all found in the same, let me just erase here so that we go back to our statement, yes. So we say that they share a common area. So we find all of these in a certain wetland in Standerton. So that is the common area and are interdependent on one another. If you remember interdependence, we said that these animals or organisms could be depending on each other for nutrition in order for them to survive. So that is why we chose a community. The people depend on the fish for food, and the fish depends on the worms for food. So that is interdependence. On top of that, or therefore, the above scenario shows a community of populations that rely on each other for survival. So that ecological level that was shown or that was represented in this statement was actually a community. Now we are going to move on to our last application question. So question 3 says, if an ecosystem consists of communities and their environment, the different populations in the environment interact with each other to form a community. Can you explain why it is important for you as a human being or a living organism to be part of an ecosystem? So to answer that question, while you are still thinking. The reason it is important for you to be part of an ecosystem, firstly, is for survival. Human beings need the environment to survive. For example, we need air in the environment to breathe. We also need meat from other organisms such as cows and chickens for nutrition. And lastly, we need land for habitation. We need land to build on and for us to live on it. So the above are a few reasons why humans need animals and non-living things for survival, which takes us back to our welcome slide. I am going to leave it here for now, and I'll see you after the break.